On this episode of Mythbusters, gravity-defying legend Nick Wallenda prepares to master Mother Nature's grandest canyon.
This is tough. It's not just mental, it's physical.
A walk into history that Adam and Jamie are on their way to witness.
Destination, the wall and the rock. Turn right, 200 yards.
They hope.
Where is everybody? I was kind of expecting more people. I mean, crossing the canyon on a wire is like a big event.
Recalculating destination.
This can't be right.
Destination, wall and the rock. 50 yards.
I'm not even sure this is a road.
You have reached your destination. Go.
Thanks a lot, lady.
There's your problem. Shall we call for backup?
No signal.
Great. Let's go see where we are. Yeah, we're lost.
Not only are we lost, but our car is totally junk. We're out of gas, and our navigation's up the spout.
Well, what do you think's next?
Got to figure out a way to get out of here. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a trunk full of duct tape?
Oh, my arms are ducting at the hat.
Yep, hold on to your hats. Adam and Jamie are stretching their trusty tacky tape to its survival limits.
Come on, give me some of that.
Can Adam and Jamie's favorite fabric
Looks bad, feels good.
defeat desolate deserts,
You're Nick Wallenda, aren't you?
I am one and the same.
conquer colossal climbs,
People do this for recreation?
and navigate raging river rapids? This is the Duct Tape Canyon Special. Who are the Mythbusters? Adam Savage
This is science in action.
and Jamie Hyneman.
Bye-bye.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience. Together with Grant Imahara, Carrie Byron, and Tori Belleci.
Come along for the journey.
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test. Pack your packaging, put on your prom wear. It's Mythbusters versus Wild West.
As we've made obvious in the past, we have a passion for the duct tape.
It's handy stuff. Fun for the whole family.
We've used it to make a sailboat. We've used it to make a bridge, cannon, crash barrier. We've used it to escape from a deserted island.
And since we've proven it's the ultimate survival tool, we never leave home without it.
Which is lucky, because before we got interrupted by the opening credits, we were dressed for success and heading on our way to watch Nick Wallenda walk across the Grand Canyon. But our GPS had other plans, steered us to the canyon's edge in the middle of nowhere with nothing but a trunk full of duct tape. We need a plan.
Well, that's easy. All we have to do is go down to the river and follow it back to civilization.
Exactly. That's... What? That, okay, apparently it's not going to happen that way.
Meddling producers.
Seriously? Okay. All right, so apparently we're not at the canyon's edge. We are stranded literally in the middle of nowhere. We have to go find the canyon, and the temperature is hovering where? Yeah, right around 0.
Well, fortunately, I brought along a bunch of extra bubble pack.
Excellent, I love that stuff too. Well, I guess all that's left is for us to get zapped back out there. So, editors, will you do our honors? That was weird.
Artistic license.
All right, so our car's out of gas, our GPS doesn't work, we're dressed to the nines, and we are completely lost. What do we do?
Maybe we should take inventory, see what we've got to work with.
Good enough, let's do it.
Yep, the first task for our tuxedo twosome is to take stock.
Jackpot.
Because when stranded in a remote and hostile location, it's the first and most fundamental step of any survival strategy. Assess your equipment.
I found jelly beans
Oh, great.
and
beef jerky.
Food and water is a start, but the real prize is Jamie's stash of sticky stuff
What the?
and packing that pops.
I don't go anywhere without duct tape. Wait till you see what I got in the other bag. Over the years, I've become really fond of duct tape, but there's one other material that I've added to my list. Bubble packing. You never know when it'll come in handy.
How about now? Because some haute couture is required.
Now, we're in the high desert, and you'd expect it to be pretty hot. It is not hot at all. In fact, the temperature out here is hovering right around 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And while the tuxedo does a fine job of making me look darn good, I am freezing my tuchus off. Luckily, we brought a terrific insulator with us in the form of this bubble packaging. You need some duct tape?
Sure.
The dynamic duo to the rescue. Tuckus freezing temperatures means plastic ponchos all round.
One of my favorite things. Looks bad, feels good. I guess I shouldn't be surprised at how effective this is, but I am.
Gloves.
These little air bubbles are just like the bubbles in foam rubber, and so it's very insulating. Right now, I feel like I'm standing by a fire. It's that good.
Snug as a Hoosier bug and a rug.
Thank you, sir.
With our now less than debonair duo cloaked against the cold, it's time to take action. Cue the slow-mo for a dramatic, cinematic scouting mission.
Now, we know we're in canyon land, and where there's a canyon, there's usually a river at the bottom of it. And that'll be our most direct route back to civilization. Hey, that's what we want. But the thing is, we don't know exactly where it is. So I figure we need to find some high ground and see if we can get a better view of the terrain.
Oh, yeah.
Not just better, the view is breathtaking. Literally.
It's beautiful up here. Hold on a second while I
Catch your breath.
have a heart attack. This is more than what I was thinking.
Heart attack inducing, but it was worth the effort. Salvation is in sight.
There's our canyon.
That's it, all right.
Oh, I'm glad this was worth it.
Well, it looks like it's a long ways off, but now we know where we're headed, so it's time to head back to base camp and make some preparations.
And back at the broken down car, there's two types of news.
The good news is we know where we're going. The bad news is there's only a couple of hours of daylight left, which means we can't set out until the morning.
But with overnight temperatures due to drop well below freezing, shelter and warmth are crucial. So, Jamie begins by building a duct tape bivouac.
Well, that's one. With a bunch more, I'll have myself a tent.
And Bright Spark Adam, planning on camping in the car, has an idea.
Freedom. Our sat nav and the electrics may be up the spout, but I'm willing to bet this battery still has enough charge to create a spark. As long as I can create a spark, I can make a fire.
That's the theory.
Okay. Calm down. Everybody calm down.
But the wires are too hot to handle.
Look at how hot I'm getting this. It's melting the cover right off. It's getting hard to hold, actually. Duct tape to the rescue.
A little bit of insulation from his favorite fabric provides handy handles. Meaning,
There it is.
Come on! You can totally do this.
This is happening for real. Oh my gosh.
meanwhile, with the cold night rapidly closing in, Jamie's shelter favors function over form.
This wasn't exactly what I had in mind as far as a tent, but it'll keep the dew off of me, it'll keep the wind off, and with a sleeping bag made out of bubble packing, I'll be good to go.
It may not be pretty, but it sure will work.
Very satisfying. And I'm perfectly dressed for a candlelit dinner.
Yep, they started out stranded, lost in the unforgiving expanse of the Canyonlands. But with a little myth-busting ingenuity, come sunset,
Not a bad day.
they have a romantic firelit dinner.
Jelly bean?
Know where they're headed,
Tomorrow to the canyons.
and a cozy campsite for two.
I'm gonna be toasty.
Duct tape and bubble pack, the choice for all discerning survivors.
This is just like a duvet.
Good night, Jamie.
Good night.
the Canyonlands. Spectacularly, breathtakingly beautiful, but also terrifying terrain. Remote, hostile, and barren. Clearly not somewhere to be stranded.
We are completely lost.
At least not without a good supply of life-saving sticky stuff. And Jamie's favorite plastic packaging.
Thank you, sir.
And the cold and wet morning sees our dapperly dressed duo in surprisingly good shape.
So the sun has come out just a little bit, it's warming up, and we're hiking to the canyon today. And that means we've got to pack up as much of this stuff as we can possibly carry. Jamie is making some kind of a sled that we can drag. I'm going to make a shoulder sling messenger bag to carry all the small stuff, and then we hit the road.
From their vantage point yesterday, their route back to civilization, the canyon, looks to be a tough trek of 15 miles. And at the end of it, they'll need to get all their supplies down to the river. So our tuxedoed, soon-to-be pack mules go to work.
I think this last bit ought to be about enough. This thing right here is the start of a travois. What I'm gonna be doing is making 2 of these things lashed together like a ladder. So I can grab them like so and drag them. Hopefully this will be strong enough, thanks to all this duct tape, to hold it together. It's about the most efficient way that I know of to improvise a heavy load carrying capability. I don't know that you'd want to go through the airport with one of these, but across this kind of terrain, it actually is going to be quite useful. Yeah, that's not too bad at all.
Not bad, but when Jamie reinvents the duct tape roll as a wheel, it's much better.
I don't know how long they're going to last, but that's a fraction of the work to pull. And if I'm not mistaken, that's another first for useful things to do with duct tape.
But he's not done yet.
Look, Mom, no hands.
Jamie pimps out his travois with a harness. Meanwhile, Adam's made a man bag.
Yes, this is not just good for survival, it's ergonomic.
Having nailed this season's hottest handbag, Adam's thinking ahead.
Now that we're trudging out, one of the things we're going to need a lot of is rope.
Yep, because ahead of them lies a dizzying descent into the depths of the canyon. They'll literally be putting their lives on the duct tape line. So Adam gets a twirling.
Luckily, I was a cheerleader in high school.
And with the rope wound, stacked and packed, along with the rest of their supplies, our formally dressed frontiersmen hit the trail.
Bye, car. Thanks for nothing.
With their travois.
How's it feel?
It's not bad. It's going to get old after a while, though.
And so begins the long, dusty slog through the desert. Thanks to yesterday's scouting mission, they know where they're going. But with limited supplies of food and water and a heavy load to lug, it ain't gonna be easy.
Well, I tell you what, there's not really a better way of doing this, but it's hard. I'm gonna have a workout.
Several hours in, and what's not working out is the formal footwear.
Not exactly hiking shoes.
But a little extra toe room.
That actually is a lot nicer.
And some all-purpose packaging sandproofing, and they're on the road again.
All right. Mush, doggy.
Problem is, it's not a road. And barely halfway there, their supplies are exhausted.
Hey, Quilla, want to stop for a drink of water?
Water's all gone.
Wishing on.
Then the hard-packed plateau peters out to soft sand. And their desert drudgery begins to take a real toll. If they're going to make it to the canyon,
Let's get out of the wind for a minute.
they need to re-energize. So while Adam naps, it's Jamie versus Wild.
There's actually a lot of stuff to eat in the desert, but it's either going to be devilishly hard to catch, or it's going to require so much work it's almost counterproductive, except for one thing, and that is cactus. That's what I'm talking about. In this particular area, there's a lot of prickly pear cactus. The only problem is the thorns. But fortunately, between duct tape, much better, and my multi-tool, I think I can handle it. That is actually delicious.
Being dehydrated in the desert is a one-way ticket to delirium. And Adam's no exception.
Wait a minute. You're balancing on a... You're Nick Willenda, aren't you?
I am one and the same.
What are you doing here?
Searching. Same as you.
I don't know what I'm searching for.
None of us know what we're looking for.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this like one of those Southwest Vision Quest kind of things? Awesome. You do know that you're in the wrong state, though, right? This isn't the Grand Canyon. This is Utah.
No, I'm pretty sure this is the Grand Canyon. It's your GPS that screwed up, not mine. Anyway, I gotta get ready.
After Adam awakes, courtesy of some duct tape finger gloves, Jamie's scavenged a prickly pear lunch.
That's delicious.
Yeah, it's like kiwi or something.
Nicely done.
Yeah, you just got to be careful with the spines, but, you know, I got the tools.
With our tuxedo trekkers rejuvenated, they resume their march. And 2 hours later, they finally reach their destination, where a welcome sight awaits.
Look at that.
There she is. The thing about these kinds of settings is they're so beautiful at the same time as they're terrifying. I mean, just look at that.
Well, after our day of trekking, we have found our river, and it's only 2 football fields away from us. Problem is, straight down. The route down to the river is not immediately obvious, so we're gonna have to set out looking first thing in the morning. Night, Jamie.
Good night.
Welcome back to the Mythbusters Duct Tape Canyon special. So far in this episode, Jamie and I have been stranded far from civilization with only duct tape and bubble packaging to get ourselves back to safety.
Looks bad, feels good.
We've trudged all day to find a canyon at the bottom of which is a river, which is our path to salvation. Look at that. Now it's time to break out all the duct tape and duct tape rope that we've got, get ourselves to the bottom of this canyon.
It sounds easy, but rappelling the 150-foot cliff face to salvation is going to be one of the most challenging experiences of their myth-busting lives. But it's their only way out.
All right, let's start laying it out.
And success depends on the strength
Awesome.
and length of their duct tape rope.
But it looks like what we got is about 250 feet, which is fantastic because it looks like it's about 150 to the bottom. With knots, it's just enough rope.
So it's long enough. Now, is it strong enough?
We've ended up making a lot of duct tape rope on this show, and on Duct Tape Bridge, we actually did a strength test of it, and we found that a single strand of tape was capable of supporting about 70 pounds.
67.3 pounds of force.
And each of these ropes has 4 strands in it.
Giving them a breaking strength of about 280 pounds each. Add 3 of them together, and you get 840. But you've got to remove about 40% of that strength because you've put a knot in the rope. In the end, we get a safety ratio of about 3 to 1. It's less than ideal, but hopefully it's enough.
And here's hopefully how it's going to work.
If you're holding on to this one, you can actually get a grab on this.
The main support, knotted for evenly spaced handholds and made from 3 of the duct tape ropes, will take their full weight.
About halfway there. It's a lot of work.
As a failsafe, a 4th rope, belayed by the non-climber, will be attached to the dangling descender's safety harness.
It's a conventional type of harness. It's not the most comfortable, but hey, beggars can't be choosers.
In addition to suspending their backsides, Adam's using the pliable packaging to protect his topside.
I think I'm ready.
And with Jamie strapped in his safety harness, it's time for the rope ride of a lifetime. But it certainly won't be a joyride. Height is not the Hyneman's friend.
I've ended up doing a fair amount of climbing throughout my life, but the thing is, I absolutely hate it. I don't mind saying I'm hyperventilating. It's more of an exercise in willpower control than anything else. That is absolutely awful. When I'm anywhere near the edge of a cliff, my mind is just going over and over and over what it would feel like to be in free fall with a sudden stop at the bottom.
Okay, Adam, you got the other end. Don't let go.
I won't.
But if you focus on what's right in front of you and do your best to blank everything else out, you can pretty much do whatever you have to. But I'm unhappy.
Jamie hesitates, steeling himself for the 150-foot climb, or if things go south, the 150-foot drop. Yep, it's a long way down.
Well, now or never. Here we go.
That's the moment. The moment Jamie's weight is suspended over the abyss.
I got a foothold.
Well, so far, so good. A mere 145 feet to go.
I'm good, Adam. Okay.
Jamie's supporting his own weight on the 3-strand duct tape rope. It's hard work, and a rest is welcome.
Okay, stop.
Okay, holding on.
There's a ledge about 25 feet down or so. You need a place to rest. Okay, I'm gonna go over it.
From here on, every single one of the remaining 125 feet
This is a long way down.
is all free fall.
Oh, my arms are dug deep in that.
Slowly but surely, handhold by handhold, grunt by grunt,
Almost there.
the Hyneman conquers the canyon.
I made it!
Awesome!
And I can't believe how far that was. The duct tape worked, though. I can't believe it. I'm here. And alive.
Once again, duct tape did the job.
These knots actually were a real bonus because you could slide your hand down and you had a good solid purchase. The thing is that this belay rope, it was a big help, but we worry about it because it chafes. It doesn't slide like a normal rope. So I was trying to take as much weight as I could with my arms, which is why they're about ready to fall off right now.
Falling off, not the words Adam wants to hear right now. And
Here it comes!
with their supplies unceremoniously slung over the side, it's Adam's turn.
Here I come!
This is it. Everything of ours is now at the bottom of this canyon except for me. This is. Oh. I need a minute. It's time for me to make the journey. I can't wait for this to be over. I'm serious. I can't wait for this to be over. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a foothold right there. Oh, there's a nice foothold. Calm people live. Calm people live.
Once past that convenient ledge, it's just Mythbusters' ingenuity between Adam and a grisly date with gravity.
Woo! Woo! Oh! 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 Yeah!
The surging adrenaline seems to be making him extra chatty.
People do this for recreation?
He's certainly a lot more vocal than Jamie was.
Oh, my nuts are killing me. What's left of them.
And the tight harness could be the reason his voice is several octaves higher than usual.
The view is really quite lovely. Couple things. Our duct tape rope is really nice and strong and wide enough to get a good grip on.
Nice work.
Second of all, the worst part is the very first one. Just sitting on the ledge of that rock and knowing that you've got to swing yourself over open space. I made the mistake of looking down and my whole body is like, nope, nope. I need a minute. And your brain is like, we're gonna do it. And your body's like, nope. And you have this whole discussion. I actually needed an extra moment just to make sure that my brain is in charge. And it was, and then slowly made our way down. The rope was beautiful. It bounced a little bit. Wow, it is seriously bouncy at this point. 10 minutes later, I'm standing solidly on beautiful terra firma. Whew. That first step, I know this is a family show, but that first step is up. That was really rough. Woo!
I don't want to do that again.
I don't want to do that again either. I think the river's that way.
Yep, they're down and on their way. But that's one duct tape tale that will stay with them forever.
I made it!
In 2012, 2 men were marooned, destined to die.
Well, it's been almost a full day without water. It's hard.
But when luck served up,
With this much duct tape, we are set!
they rejected that reality and substituted their own.
Land!
This year, lightning has struck twice.
Look at that!
But in the cold Canyonlands, with nothing but packaging and fromware, will Mother Nature bite back? Well, no, because thanks to their favorite fabrics, our men in black have made camp, made progress, and made Jamie go weak at the knees. And having walked that tightrope of terror,
I think it's that way.
things are looking up.
Finally.
That is a relief.
Well, that's a sight for sore feet. And shoulders.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to have a heart attack and take a nap.
Okay.
The reason it's such a soothing sight is this Red River could spell the end of their desert trail.
Well, after our ordeal of trudging down the canyon, we have reached the river at the canyon's bottom. This is not our final destination. This is just hopefully the highway to our final destination. So we got to make our way down the river. Clearly means another duct tape boat.
You know, not necessarily. I mean, what if we wrapped ourselves in the bubble packing and made sort of like a big floaty wetsuit? It would keep us warm, it would allow us to float.
We get a lot of control.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna fall out of the boat.
All right, why don't we do a test?
Sure.
Okay.
When it comes to crafting duct tape craft,
Scotty, I need more power.
the Mythbusters have extensive experience. Today, they're keeping it simple, as they literally wrap Adam up in bubble pack
That's going to be awesome.
before sealing him with tape.
It just has to keep you warm and allow you to float.
It's about as basic as you can get,
I think you're good.
but maybe it's enough.
On the theory that it's much more efficient to wrap ourselves in the bubble packaging and duct tape rather than try and make boats, I'm about to do a test. We're going to see how well this boat floats me and, more importantly, insulates me against this nearly freezing cold water.
I got the other end.
All right, don't let go.
At first, Adam seems to be enjoying himself, but not for long.
Oh, it's starting to seep in. Dude, it's starting to seep in. It's so cold. Woo. Well, our duct tape and bubble pack suit seemed to work fine. But then two things happened. One, it stopped insulating me. The water started seeping in. Oh my God, it's cold. And then second, my legs went up and I was horizontal. There's no guidance. And there was no way once I was horizontal that I was ever going to get back to vertical. Okay, pull me in, pull me in. I would just be a leaf floating down this river at the mercy of every current. Okay. This is not the way to go. We gotta make some boats. That's the only way.
Yep, if the lack of insulation was bad,
Oh my God, it's cold.
not being able to swim was worse.
I can't.
So it's back to the drawing board, literally.
All right, if my bubble boy suit doesn't work, clearly we gotta make a boat. I'm thinking something like a pontoon lashed to another pontoon with us sitting like in the middle like that.
Well, something tells me that making a large one of these is going to be problematic because the material itself isn't very strong. Maybe we should make two separate, smaller ones.
The smaller we make them, the more robust they're gonna be.
More redundancy,
Right.
you know, if one of us goes down, the other one's got flotation.
So it's 2 boats and 2 duct tape designs. First up, the captain's log.
I decided on a log raft design because I know that I can roll up this bubble pack real tight and make these really safe, reliable logs. And then all I have to do is lash them together. If something happens, if one of them gets ripped off, it doesn't really matter because I'll still have a bunch more to hang on to and I'll be safe.
That's the theory.
Don't roll away.
And here's the graphic. The raft's building blocks are pontoons made from bubble pack and condensed by tape. He'll make 10 of those, which will then be trussed together with tape and twine to create the basic shape. Finally, he'll add a waterproof paddle zone and a duct tape oar. But will this float his boat to freedom? Well, with Captain Hyneman getting down to the nitty-gritty,
This sand is just horrible.
let's ship out with Seaman Savage, who's not yet fully focused on the job in hand.
You're probably pretty surprised by how nice my tux looks. I'm also surprised. Check this out. This thing seems to like resist dust. I'm rolling around in a beach in my tux. That's some James Bond stuff right there. Look at that. Almost ready to go.
And talking of being ready to go, Adam soon remembers he's got a raft to craft.
Yeah, that's not the right size.
Like Jamie's, Adam's raft also relies on packaging pontoons.
This is exhausting.
But instead of 10 short stubbies, he's turning out 4 tall tubes.
Halfway there.
These 4 lengthy logs will be stuck together to form his hull. He'll then insert a waterproof lining, complete with padding, from which he'll paddle. He's hoping this streamlined shape will make it not just easy to float, but also easy to steer.
The funny part is, that's my boat. That's just the floaty part. This is the part I sit in that keeps me dry. Like an envelope.
Once Adams posted his envelope into the pontoons
Yes, good. Good.
and sealed it in place,
Awesome.
it's all set for a dry run.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm ready for some adventure. Look out! Jamie! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Meanwhile, at Camp Hyneman, function comes before fun.
What I'm doing is taking these individual pontoons and tying them together in pairs, and then those pairs into 4, and then 2 4s into 8, which will be the total length of my craft.
While Jamie may be all work and no play,
Since I've got it, it's going to make some handy little grab rails in case I fall overboard.
there's no doubt that his build is less serious streamlining and more comedy couch.
You've made a couch.
Well, you might as well be comfortable on your journey, huh?
A river couch. That is hilarious. I don't think our boats could be any more different.
I know, and yet I think they're both pretty good. I think they both ought to do the trip.
I think they both ought to get us to freedom.
It's true that, like their owners, these boats are chalk and cheese. The question is, with the finishing touches done, will either of them work? Adam jumps ship,
Yeah! Hey, that's not so bad.
but befitting a man captaining a couch, Jamie's launch is a little more leisurely.
Seems like it's pretty stable. I can move around good. I can turn well.
You know, if anyone saw us, all we have to say is, no one's going to believe you.
They certainly make for an odd couple, but it is, so far, so dry.
This is working great.
We haven't even gotten started yet.
On first blush, my kayak seems to be working just beautifully. It's nice and stable. I have a lot of control over my direction and speed. I think it's time to start heading downstream.
But downstream is where troubled waters await.
I see some current.
Yep, we're starting to move.
Uh-oh. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Whoa!
Adam takes the first rapids, like a duct tape to water. Shortly followed by Jamie.
That works like a charm. Just like a little cork.
Without a single leak or tear, the guys think they're on cruise control.
This is so nice, it's kind of like a waterbed.
So much so that Rapids 2
That's it. Come on, give me some of that.
are more fun than frightening.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Might just be the nerves, but I could have sworn I just saw 2 rafts made of duct tape.
I could not be more pleased with how the SS7 is performing out here on the river. It's like a bullet. It cuts right through these rapids. It's very stable. It moves along with the water. I'm thrilled.
Paradoxically, the placid patches are causing a problem for Jamie.
While this thing is great for flotation, it's keeping me nice and high and dry, I have crap propulsion. And these currents keep wanting to spin you off to one side or the other, which means you just sit there or you go backwards. And that's a big problem.
It's tiring and taking its toll,
I keep getting stuck.
and could be dangerous.
We don't want to get too far separated. If one of us goes under, the other should be there for rescue.
But when Jamie suddenly starts floating more freely, it's because the current has picked up.
Oh, Jamie, look at that.
Yep, the fun run is done. This duct tape trip is about to get serious.
I don't like the looks of this.
I don't either. What do you think? Should we take it to the right or to the left?
I think we go right down the middle.
Okay, here goes nothing.
Oh, look at this! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
En route to a VIP party,
You have reached your destination.
Thanks a lot, lady.
the Mythbusters were lost without hope. But who needs hope when you've got duct tape,
This is working great!
bubble pack,
That's what we want.
and 2 mad scientists second to none?
People do this for recreation?
Using all of the above, Adam and Jamie have comprehensively conquered the canyon. But can they ride the raging river?
Oh, look at this! Oh! Whoa! 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 Woo! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! was by far the most severe rapids we've yet experienced on this river. Are you good?
I'm good.
I hit the speed, went right over it, skipped across. Saw Jamie behind me kind of like spinning around in his couch. I felt like I'm riding a caterpillar. Like a caterpillar that thinks it's a jet airplane. That's what my boat is. And it rode those rapids just beautifully. Woo!
Despite riding high, there's no rest for the wicked,
Let's keep going.
since they're still far from freedom.
It's weird. You go down these long expanses of flat river and nothing's happening, nothing's happening.
Dude, this is the most relaxing way to travel I've ever imagined.
And that's pretty much what happens for the next 6 hours. Moments of serenity,
It's so beautiful. This is better than taking the train.
Still no sign of Walenda.
moments of fear, moments to get reflective,
You know what's nifty about these? There's like 100,000 bubbles. You could shoot this raft and it'd still keep on going.
That can be arranged.
then moments to repent.
All of a sudden you see a little kind of narrow spot and you hear the sound. And it's really nerve-wracking because we don't know what's on the other side of it.
Yep, as the landscape shifts, the ultimate test for their well-crafted rafts is getting ready to rumble.
But as you can see, we have paddled long enough to leave the canyon.
Boy, the scenery has changed.
Yeah, it's like a whole different river.
Gone are the red rocks, gone are the high cliffs, and now we must be close to civilization, but we're not out of the woods yet. For, as they say, it's always darkest before the dawn.
And surely it doesn't get any darker than this. A roaring, raging grade 5 rapid. Adam grits his teeth.
Duct.
And carefully takes aim.
Whoa!
But will it be sink or swim?
Whoa! Whoa!
Adam.
For a full 5 seconds, Adam's down. But then he's up.
Jamie!
Although he's not out of danger yet. The Rocky Rapids unleash their full-on Force 5, and Adam is swept away. But thanks to luck, judgment, and fabricated flotation, he makes it to the other side.
That was close. I hit the rapids. I felt like I hit them just right. And then, all of a sudden, it all went just wrong. My boat curled away. Felt like it bent, like something that bends. And then I was in the water. And I don't know what exactly happened to me, but I felt like I caught air. At least I still have all my fingers and toes and my boat. All I'm gonna do is wait for Jamie.
Jamie's raft, built for stability and comfort, is less streamlined. So, how will he survive the raging torrent? Well, our hirsute hero gets stuck, climbs out, and chooses a much calmer course.
Well, it was a little unconventional, but yeah, better than going for a swim. I mean, you could get hurt in those rapids. Yeah!
With freedom surely not far away, it's onwards and downwards. Where Mother Nature is lining up one final farewell.
So we're going down the river and we hear a roar. Jamie?
What?
I don't like the sound of that. We figure that sounds different. Let's investigate before going through. Oh. Well, there's your problem. And it is a good thing, too, because this rinse and spin cycle would have eaten us alive. Going through this is a no-go. We got to go around.
So it looks like the only choice we have is to bypass this rapid and use the rope that we have left over to lower the boats down off of the cliff and then go down after them.
So it's time for one last living on a prayer cliffhanger.
What could possibly go wrong?
Only this time, the cliff they're hanging off is slippery when wet.
Little slack. Oh crap, the transition always sucks. Okay, here we go.
Using the method they mastered in the canyon, Adam makes the sheer 25-foot drop.
I'm good!
Next, Jamie casts down the canoe.
Oh, oh, I love it! Look at that, it's totally working.
Then comes the catch,
Here comes mine!
which also bounces down buoyantly.
Oh!
That just leaves scared of heights Hyneman.
Oh.
But when his descent is also disaster-free, it's clear that in this duct tape survival special, the Mythbusters have conquered not just their surroundings,
That's it.
but also their fears.
That's not so bad.
Not so bad at all, well done.
And as they float their boats one last time,
Yeah!
there's more than light at the end of this tunnel.
You hear that?
What?
That!
Oh, it sounds like civilization.
If we hurry up, we might just make it.
With their VIP party just a paddle away, Adam takes time to take stock.
I have to say this might go down in history as one of the best adventures we've had. Starting out with our car running out of gas, using its battery to start a fire, making some duct tape tents to survive in the desert, using duct tape to rappel to the bottom of the canyon, which we then had to make some boats to go down the canyon river.
Yeah!
It has been one heck of an adventure.
An adventure that in a hotel far, far away comes to a star-laden party finale.
We made it. This is it. Shall we do it?
Yeah, hold on.
You look as good as can be. All right, wait, hold on. This is a good entrance. 3, 2, 1.
Or not.
We missed the party.
Oh, we still have time to make the walk if we hurry.
All we need is a little more duct tape.
Seriously? A wink is how you're gonna finish this? All right.